I know you ain't had the man. I'm ballin' on them pussy nigga like you want a man. I'm drowning all inside the pussy like I never swam. Hey, fuck your IG, I put something on your sonogram on the man.
What's poppin', y'all? It's your girl Easy A-OK, and as you can see by the title, this video is going to be how to be successful online. At this point, you've been accustomed to the online realm, and if you struggled last semester or you've never taken an online class or whatever the case may be, your girl is here to help you. So before we get into this video, Happy New Year's, y'all. Okay, it's 2021. All right. So I hope everyone enjoyed their holidays, everything like that. Okay, so before we get into this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your homies. You already know the drill, and turn your post notifications so you know every single time I post. Okay. Now let's get into this video. Okay, first things first. Set a schedule for when you're going to do your classes and try to do the classes at the same time that you would have done if they were in person. For example, when you make your schedule, everybody makes their schedule according to like how they wanted it to be done. Like for me, I try to have my classes start at 9:30 at the earliest, and then be done by like 4 at the latest if need be. So if I had a class that originally was going to start at 11:30, just because I'm now online, I should probably do the class at 11:30. That way I stick to the schedule that I already made, and then I'm not doing my class at 2 o'clock in the afternoon up until 9 o'clock at night. Like, because at that point you're gonna feel like you're doing school all day because you're sleeping in, and then you're not doing your work until late, and then you're just repeating yourself. So either make it match to the schedule that you already had going on, or create your own schedule for yourself to do your classes. And this applies to you if your classes are asynchronous. Yeah, that's how you say it. So basically you have 4 options. You either have your classes in person, some of them. You either have hybrid, which means like half the class goes in person one day while the other half is online, and then y'all switch. You can either have synchronous, which means like if your class was supposed to be at 9:30 in the morning, your class will be 9:30 in the morning, but on Zoom. So it will stick to the schedule that you originally had. You're just not going in person. And then asynchronous is basically when the teacher is like, okay, well, since we're not meeting in person, y'all just do the class whenever you want to do the class, but make sure you're meeting these deadlines for the assignment. So if your classes are asynchronous or asynchronous, however the heck you say it, plan out a schedule, because baby, you're going to be behind. You're going to be behind if you're waiting last minute, because you know everything be coming up in the day like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start my classes at 2. All of a sudden at 2 o'clock your friends are like, oh yeah, you want to go and get some food, you want to go to the mall, and then you're like, bet, I'm finna go to the mall, and then you don't come back until 6 o'clock. Now 6 o'clock you haven't started the class, so it's either I'm gonna start the class late or I'm not even touching the class today. So now I'm a day behind. Now tomorrow I gotta do twice the work. Don't do that, okay? Next thing is look at your classwork ahead of time so you know how long it will take. So teachers always give out a syllabus of when things are going to be due, especially projects. So if you know you have a big research paper at the end of the semester due, do not wait until the week of to start writing the research paper. Like usually for fall semester, when I have a paper that's due at the end of the semester, I don't touch that paper until Thanksgiving break, because I'm not about to be working on that paper in September. It's not a priority at that point. But Thanksgiving break, I already know I'm going to have the whole week off, so I'll do the paper. If I have a paper due at the end of the semester and it's spring, I know I'm going to do it during spring break. Like, there's certain times that I know I'm going to do work. Or I could just start breaking it up. Usually when teachers give me an assignment that are like a research project or paper, I already have the idea within the first week of school. So I know when it's time to get to the project, I already know what I'm doing. I just have to Google the information and cite my sources. So make sure you know like how long an assignment will take. Some assignments, you know they're going to take a short time. Like it might be an assignment where you have to summarize like an article every single week, or you have to do a discussion. You know that discussions and summarization does not take that long. It does not. 15-20 minutes tops, okay, depending on how fast you read, right? So you know like, okay, if I have to do that assignment the day of, you can do it the day of and not stress and get it done. But if it's an assignment that you know is going to take you like a week to do or whatever, or it's like a big type of thing, start planning that thing out on Monday. Do not wait until the day before it's due and start stressing yourself out about like, oh, I gotta do this, because online is already overwhelming. You're looking at your screen 25/8. You're not leaving your room. You're not getting dressed. You're not looking presentable. Your breath probably stink. Your hair probably not done. You're probably in the same clothes from last night. It's just a lot. This is not me, by the way, baby. That's dirty. If you're doing that, don't. Okay, but it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Online classes are not for everybody. And by everybody, I mean online classes is not for me. Online classes is not for me, but I'm prospering in them because I know how to stay on top of my things. Like, I'm taking an online class right now over winter break. I could discipline myself, which is the thing I was scared about with online classes, because I'm a procrastinator, but I will procrastinate certain things. Some things I will do on time, but some things I'm like, I'm not going to procrastinate like the day of or the day before, or maybe like the week of or something like that. But that was my biggest thing for me. So if I was able to get through to it, y'all can do it too. Ooh, girl, I feel like I got something in my eye. Anyway, use your planner and write things down when they are due. I say this all the time. Like, if you're in college and you don't got a planner, what are you doing? Like, I know, if you're not like me, like, I know when all my assignments are due. I do not have to write them down. Like, I just know. Like, every single day I will go through, like, okay, this is due today, this is due tomorrow, this is due next week, without writing them down. But for the most part, I feel like most students should definitely write everything down. That way, when you open your planner and you look at it, or if you want to use Google Calendar, whatever you want to use, when you open it, you can see what you have laid out for the month or for the week. You know that in 2 weeks you have a test. You know that this Friday you have an assignment due. Next Tuesday you have an assignment due. Whatever the case may be. So just writing everything down in your planner, all the due dates and stuff, is key. And some professors make things like reoccurring. Like, you might have a summary due every Friday. You don't need to write that down because you know you have a summary due every Friday. So just know if it's Friday, you need to be turning something in for one of your classes. So you need to keep up with that. I feel like that will keep you organized during the whole online process, because it's like, I don't know. It's just something about a planner. It's going to save your life, okay? I don't even want to talk about that right now. Ooh. Here's a good one. Do your work early, but do not turn it in early. This is me. I'm the person, I hope this thing is not like breaking up what I'm saying, because this thing keeps pausing when I'm talking. But listen. I'm the person that will do my work early. Like, if the assignment is due Friday, I will finish that assignment Monday, but I'm not going to turn in that assignment until Friday afternoon, for several reasons. Usually when I do an assignment early, people will ask questions and the professor will be like, oh yeah, this is what I want you to do. So now you have to go back and add stuff. But if you already turned it in, it's just like, it's already turned in. And some teachers will be petty and be like, well, if you turned it in, then you can't resubmit it type thing. So now you're out of luck, because now the professor wants you to add something and you can't even resubmit it. Or if you turn it in, then you have to like email the professor to like cancel that submission so you can resubmit it and all that stuff. That's usually why I wait last minute, because professors love adding stuff like, oh, it will be part A, B, and C. The day of, they wouldn't be like, oh, we're gonna add part D and E and I want you guys to turn it in, and if you've already turned it in, then you have to resubmit it. Like, no. So I've learned to always do your work early, but do not turn it in early, because something that you might have not been too sure on, someone will ask a question about it, and then you're like, oh, that's what they wanted, and then you can quickly revise it without having going through the whole hassle of like, oh, well, I'm not going to let you resubmit it because you already turned it in, and that's giving you another chance to do the assignment, all that other nonsense. Like, work with me, help me so I can help you. You want that good rate my professor review, don't you? You want that good course evaluation, don't you? So help me help you. Okay, that's it. That's all. That's the message. Okay, next thing is join/make group chats. Now, this semester was my first time ever like making the group chat. Usually I just join the group me, because there's always that one student that would just email the whole class and say, if you're interested, then click on the link to be a part of the group chat. But like, I don't know what it was, but the people in my classes this year were just not doing that. So I made the group chats, and the group chats are very helpful because you can ask questions and get a quicker response than waiting on the professor and help each other out. But what should not happen is when people start sending answers, abort mission. Abort mission. I know that's really why y'all be making the group chat to get answers for quizzes and tests. But the thing about me is that I'm already smart. Not saying that y'all are not smart, but it's already like I don't need your answers to do well on the exam. I don't need your answers. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to find the answer, because if I can use my notes, it's probably in my notes, or it's in the lecture, or it's on Google, whatever the case may be. Like, I can find the answer without y'all sending the pictures. Y'all sending the pictures is just making it easier in terms of like, okay, instead of me spending 5 minutes to answer the question, I spend 30 seconds. But this is when y'all get messed up, because you don't know who's an op. There be ops in the group chat all the time. It'd be the people who be taking the answers from the group chat and then report the group chat to the professor. What? And if you make the group chat, even if you don't even open the group chat, everyone in that group chat is held responsible. And in college, they do not play about that honor code. Like, baby, if you're cheating, you're expelled. You are expelled. And who knows, are you going to continue your educational career after being expelled and transfer to a whole nother school, or is it just like now you're a college dropout? Like, you don't even want to risk it. If you see it in a group chat, Samantha left, John left, Daquan left, Shaniqua left, a list of names of people just leaving the group chat, abort mission. Abort mission. That means there's an op, someone is probably feeling some type of way, and at that point, you don't even want to risk being in the group chat when they go and snitch. You don't do it. I'm telling you here first, do not do it. Make the group chat, get the information you need as far as like, oh, when's this assignment due, or like, what does she mean by she wants us to analyze whatever the case may be, or does anyone know the calculus formula for this, whatever the case may be. Use it to get that information. But if y'all are sending pictures, do not OD with the pictures, because someone is going to snitch on you. They will screenshot the group chat, leave the group chat, and snitch on you. And that's your butt on the line. I would hate to see it happen to you. I would hate to see it happen to you. But group chats are always helpful to get information necessary for assignments, because it will be like, you'll get all this clarity, and it's just like, okay, good. Like, or you could DM someone on the side. If you're DMing someone on the side and you guys are exchanging answers between A and B, that's not a problem, because y'all are helping each other. But the whole group, Okay, so the last tip is asking questions and going to office hours. Now, me, I'm not the person to go to office hours. One, whatever you're talking about in office hours, it's the same thing that you're talking about in class. So I don't know what the difference between 20 minutes is going to make for me. And then to go to your office hours and walk all the way across campus to go to your room, for you to talk to me for 10 minutes, and then I depart, waste of time. Like, I would never do that. Like, I'm going to find the answer. But I'm not about to pop in on your office hours during my free time, in between my breaks, between classes, or go out my way to come to your classroom. I'm not doing that. But for those of you who do like to do that, since we're on Zoom for the most part, this is your chance to literally just hop into the professor's Zoom link, because one, you're in the comfort of your home. Two, you do not have to have your camera on, but it would be nice if you put your camera on, because you guys are now one-on-one and the professor would like to see you. That way you can kind of form your own connection. That's how you do it in this online realm or whatever. So I would suggest putting your camera on. I never have my camera on in class, but if I ask the professor something or go to their office hours for a second, my camera will be on, just out of common courtesy. I just feel like it's awkward for the professor to talk to a black screen when it's just you and them. You feel me? But this is definitely so much easier than actually having to walk across campus and be there for 10 minutes. You could literally pop into the Zoom call for 2 seconds and pop right back out. It does not take much. So obviously now that we're online, I've been asking more questions and going to quote unquote like more office hours or whatever. I don't be in there long. Like, I just be having one question or whatnot. But now the people who are afraid to ask questions in class or do the extra stuff or don't even want to go to the office hours, now you literally have no excuse. Like, no excuse. You don't have to do too much to get what you need. So those are literally my tips for how to be successful in your online classes. I assure you, if you apply all these tips, your online semester will be very, very smooth. Literally, the most important one is writing down all the due dates and planning your time out accordingly. Like, really, like, give yourself a gap. 10 to 4, I'm going to do my classes. And then after that, I'm chilling. Because literally, me having a job, and since I like to work the morning shift, I would do 8 a.m. to noon. So I'm up by 6:30 every morning that I have to go to work. And I will literally bust out majority of my lectures. That way, at noon, when I come back and log into my class I actually have to log in for, I'm basically done all my lectures. And the lectures is the part that take up the most time. Lectures take up the most time. The assignments, you can do that whenever. But if the teacher is dropping 2-hour plus videos for a class that is 50 minutes, and then that's when you start to really understand, like, for example, my business statistics class, I had to watch the lecture to know how to do the homework. There's no way I could have Googled or YouTubed how to do the information in order to complete the assignments, because one, business statistics is statistics on Excel. I'm not about to be Googling all the formulas and everything like that when I could just watch her videos, because there's a precise way that she'll make her videos and she'll have her tests and quizzes correlate to how the homework is. So I have to watch her videos. As opposed to my financial management class, there was nothing in her video that would help me complete the homework. Like, I could complete the homework and I can do the quiz without watching her videos. So just knowing that type of aspect, like what classes that you need to watch videos for and what classes you don't need to watch videos for, would definitely save you a lot of time, because no one has 8 hours to be watching all your lectures, sir. The class is 50 minutes. Why is your lecture an hour and a half? It should not be like that. So just take all these tips into consideration for next semester, spring 2021, okay? And I wish all of y'all 4.8 season, okay? And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your homies. You already know the drill, and turn your post notifications so you know every single time I post, okay? Easy gang.
I know you ain't hot demand. I'm ballin' on them pussy nigga like you want a man. I'm drowning all inside the pussy like I never swam. Hey, fuck your IG, I put something on your sonogram.